I just don't know what's going to happen. And I'm worried that and all my friends and we are all going to end up single. Or is there a movement that I'm unaware of men taking steps to be better? You know what I mean? Or is us making the steps to be better going to force them to be better? But it's not our job to make them better. They should want to be better themselves. You know what I mean? Anyways, I am just worried that I'm going to end up single for life. And while I'm taking all of these steps to become the best version of myself, is that also going to just make me single? Because I'm tired of being alone and I just want someone to spend my life with. Okay, thanks. Bye.
There is a popular saying quoted from the Bible. It says, "Ask and it shall be given unto you. Seek and you shall find." How ridiculous is it for modern women to get the result of their actions and now find themselves unhappy? Modern women hated men, hated traditional roles in marriage, hated to be submissive and accountable. They take our properties and kids, and then men responded by going their own way. What do these delusional women expect? It is impossible to eat your cake and have it. This really sounds just like a student that refuses to prepare for an examination and gets furious for failing. It is high time to ask these modern women, what do you want from us? This is the state of modern women. A lot of women have lived the modern woman's dream, and when they finally wish to settle down, it is only then they realize that men don't care about how you intend to live your life, how you believe your marriage should be, or how you expect to be treated. A woman has to live by the guidelines of her husband, and not the other way round. As long as who you are, or what you want, does not align with a man's value, or his criteria for a wife in this derailed modern world, he can never settle down with you. Men who have settled down with women less than their values because they wanted trophy wives or girlfriends have regretted so badly. Because modern women have people subscribing to their OnlyFans or countless men in their DMs despite saying all sorts of garbage online and posting objectifying contents online. They believe they can easily pick one of the guys lurking around them when they finally decide to settle down. They have been deceived by Chad and Tyrone into thinking there are lots of available responsible men that will do anything to earn their choice, only to find out real men do not settle for Chad and Tyrone garbage. This explains why independent women realize late that there are no real men available. That's why they are all over internet wolf crying, including their associates, OnlyFans girls, and ex-porn stars. In the last 40 years, there have been a lot of changes in society. Modern women have acquired more power than necessary, or in a way that is really out of balance, and this power has turned against them, leaving them more hopeless than they have ever been. The major issue with this situation is that the power women acquired were directed against men. Modern women made men their enemy, and bringing men down became their only goal and a game of pleasure. And to be sincere, a lot of men have gone down and have been victim of modern women's schemes. No man has been spared in the crusade of modern women, the top male, average male, and even to college and high school young men, the husband, boyfriends, office boss. The balance of the modern world has been tilted even in the court system. As a man, it is better to steer clear of a legal battle with a woman, because you have lost before you started. Only a few men have been able to pull this through, like the pirate captain Johnny Depp. But what was the fate of the rest of the men? And as the years pass, men have figured that they have to find a way to beat modern women in their own game, or there will be a dangerous shortage of happy men, and in turn the right standard marriage, producing more weaker men and stronger, and reduction in the masculine energy in the years to come. And that will be the beginning of the end of the world. Shout out to all men, keeping the masculine energy ablaze. Y'all keep the world in balance. Modern women don't have a damn idea about what they are doing, but since there must be consequences for every action, some say, for every cause, there is an effect.
The reality is that the world is not so black and white. So I understand that there are these things in place that worked and made sense, and now we're approaching an era that we don't know what's going to happen, but there's gray area. You've had sex, I've had sex, she's had sex, we've had sex with different guys. That doesn't mean that we're damaged goods, we're used goods. I understand status is a big part of that. I understand that sex is viewed differently, but I feel like you should not. If you're looking at face value, I can understand why you would be judged from your past. But if I'm a guy interested in you, I don't care about what you've done.
This is really hilarious. A lot of these young modern women are so unwise. I believe there are enough results of the life they pursue around. They just fail to learn, because the modern women's garbage that was sold to them looks so good that they reckon it will last forever. This is an example of a woman whom Chad has told her past does not matter. Let's dive into the juice of the video. In my list of what has been impacted by the actions of modern women, A big one that cannot be overlooked is marriage. Modern women have thrown the respect for marriage down the drain. Majority of the modern women have very poor wife qualities. These women are full of entitlement mindset while at the same time, there is not a single value they possess to balance what they think they deserve.
I believe every man wants a modest woman, a woman that doesn't twerk around, that doesn't drink, that doesn't party, that stays home, that cleans for them, and that cooks, that worships them. And if you show yourself as a party girl, no man will want you. Maybe for one night stand, but that's not wifey material. And I promise you, you wanna be wifey material. And we can all have a past, and you can go through there, and you can build yourself to be wifey material. That's how you're gonna find the happiness when you're a wife and when you're raising your sons and they are proud of you and not ashamed. And I'm sure with these bikini pictures, they are gonna be ashamed. I honestly believe as a woman, there's nothing more satisfying than giving pleasure to your man.
Of course.
Ooh.
Yeah, I
So
agree
here's
with
the
you.
thing. I said it again a little slower.
One more time.
Yeah. And look right into the camera, okay?
Over here.
Where's the camera? As a woman, I believe there's nothing more satisfying than giving pleasure to your man.
Ooh la la.
That was a commercial right there.
I see modern women shame traditional women and talk bad about them because they still believe in traditional roles. Modern women believe in demand for the traditional role of men, and they term men who cannot do this role as irresponsible and even go as far as publicly embarrass such men. I've seen a lot of gold diggers videos where these modern women got close to hitting the guy. They say, "How dare a broke guy like yourself approach me?" And then they change all of a sudden after seeing his ride. One of these women who happens to be very popular actually said, "A broke guy deserves no pussy," which I believe is the one of the most irresponsible and selfish thing on the internet. So women expect men to keep their traditional roles, but when required to do theirs, it is the most annoying thing they can hear. They call you misogynist and a bigot. They even stigmatize traditional women who still believe in these values. One time I figured out one of my ex found it hard to cook for me or clean the house. If I ask her to, only if she decides to. Then I found out that's because every time she does so at my request, she feels that obeying me reduces her and makes her less of a high-value woman that she is. Well, it did not take me long after this to walk her out of my life. If a woman does not believe in traditional roles, it is rather impossible for this kind of woman to respect and be submissive to a man, which is why men are going their own way. And men either choose to be single or become a passport bro. Part of the cost of marriage and why the MGTOW movement is being adopted by more men is the game of divorce called divorce Ponzi. According to statistics in 2022, there were 1,985,072 marriages, resulting in a marriage rate of 6 people per 1,000 total population. And the total number of divorces in the same 2022 was 689,308, equivalent to a divorce rate of 2.5 people per 1,000 population. Since it's not new information that 70% of divorce is initiated by women, and it goes higher to 90% among college-educated women. While all of these divorces occur, it should be noted that the majority of the men that were in these situations have possibly lost half of their wealth, lost their children, and possibly their houses, and they are paying child support and alimony. A woman just has to say a few words in tears to have the court rip a man of all his hard work and years of building his life. Men only want to go the way of peace and respect, and if being single and happy gets them this life, it's all good. Since modern women can be all they want, and men can decide how they choose to lead their life as well. That's all for today on Latest Juice. If you enjoyed this video, you might also like my previous videos. Don't forget to hit that like button, click the subscribe button, and also turn on the notification bell to be the first to know when I drop a new video. Share this video to whomever you would like to watch it. Thanks for watching.